I didn't scream. I didn't slam doors. I didn't send angry texts or beg for explanations. I just stood there while they talked over me, smiled past me, decided my future without me. They thought my silence meant surrender. What they didn't know was that while they were busy underestimating me, I was quietly rebuilding my entire life. And years later, when they finally looked up, I was standing so far above them, they couldn't even reach me to apologize. If you've ever been ignored, dismissed, or treated like you didn't matter, if someone made you feel small because they assumed you'd never rise, then this story is for you. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get comfortable. Because this isn't a story about shouting revenge. This is about the kind of revenge that echoes for a lifetime. I've always been the calm one. The one people describe as easygoing, low maintenance, not dramatic. Which sounds nice, until you realize those labels are just polite ways of saying, she won't fight back. I grew up learning that raising your voice never got you anywhere. So I learned to swallow words, to nod, to absorb disrespect quietly and keep going. And for a long time, I thought that made me strong. Until I realized it made me invisible. It started at work, a place I gave everything to. Late nights, missed weekends, skipped vacations. I was competent, reliable, loyal. But every time I spoke in meetings, someone interrupted. Every idea I pitched was ignored until a louder voice repeated it. And then came the comment, a laugh, a casual shrug. Oh, she's not leadership material. They said it like I wasn't sitting right there. My chest tightened, my face burned. But I did what I always did. I smiled. The breaking point wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was a meeting where I watched someone I trained get promoted into the position I was promised. They didn't even look embarrassed. One of them leaned toward me afterward and said, "You're great at support roles. Not everyone is meant to lead." Something inside me went completely still. No anger. No tears, just clarity. That night, I went home and stared at my reflection. Same tired eyes, same forced smile. And I realized something terrifying. If I stayed silent, this would be my life forever. So I made a decision. I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't explain myself to people who already decided I didn't matter. I would disappear. I started waking up earlier, studying after work, learning new skills in silence. I stopped oversharing, stopped seeking validation. Every good job I never got, I gave myself. Every door they closed, I built another one quietly. They noticed something was different. I spoke less, smiled less. They assumed I was burning out. They were wrong. I was outgrowing them. Months passed, then years. I left the company without drama. No speeches, no exit interview revenge, just a polite goodbye. They forgot about me almost immediately, which was perfect, because while they stayed exactly where they were, I didn't. Fast forward to a professional conference. Same industry, same people. I almost didn't go, but something told me, this is where the story comes full circle. I walked in confident, calm, and then I saw them. Same smug posture, same dismissive smirks, until they read my badge. Their faces changed. Slowly, uncomfortably, one of them blinked. Twice. "You work there now?" I smiled. Not smug. Not cruel, just certain. I spoke on stage later that day. They sat in the audience, silent, taking notes, listening to me. I talked about leadership, about underestimation, about quiet strength, and I never once mentioned them, which somehow hurt more. Afterward, they tried to congratulate me, their voices shaky, their smiles tight. I shook their hands politely. No gloating, no bitterness, just peace, because the truth was clear. I didn't need to hurt them. My life already had. Here's what I learned. Not all revenge is loud. Sometimes the most powerful response is becoming so successful, so fulfilled, so unreachable, that the people who doubted you have to live with the sound of their own regret. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's strategy. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. Tell us in the comments, have you ever gotten revenge by simply leveling up your life? And if you want more stories where karma comes quietly, but hits hard, subscribe now, because the best revenge stories are the ones they never see coming.